I wanted to make this video as short as possible, but there's too much knowledge to share with you, and it needs to be so long. There's almost no footage because I wanted to make this video ASAP. So you can just watch this in background and do other things, just listen what I'm saying, and you can always alt tab and check if I'm showing something important. This game is a Stalker PvP shooter game inside the Minecraft engine, let's say, just for this example, and this is the violent, brutal game. You won't be in some rainbow valley of the love, but you will be fucking slaughtering mutants, zombies and other players. And in this game you will keep dying. You will die a lot. You will die from campers, from anomalies, from mutants. When black hole drags you into, the loot usually is gone because it's disappearing. Also, if you die in anomalies or from PvE, other players can't loot you too, so not only PvP death. So, if you don't accept that you will die many times or you will lose loot and progress, then just don't play. This game is not for you. You don't wanna waste time for a game that you will get tilted and you will uninstall. If games like Tarkov, like Rust, like Daisy, if they are not for you, this game probably won't be for you, because you won't be even in a cape of ending the main story, because you will keep dying and crying about dying all the time. So just don't if you don't wanna play it. Radial menu. Did you know that you can swap any weapon at a time without opening interface? I mean equipment. Let's say that situation where you're killing PvE, like this cabinet is a pig, let's say. You shoot and someone is going, like you see player is going, but shotgun is not good weapon for PvP. So what you doing? Jumping and you swapping weapon to your PvP weapon for close quarter. Like, because when you do something like this and you open equipment, let's say you got money shit and stuff and you will have weapon like there, so scrolling and gearing like this, that make you dead very often. So I recommend using this radial menu. How to do it? Just open inventory, put mouse cursor on the item you wanna bind and press buttons 1 to 9, and as you see I can bind it. But it's not binded on one button and pressing one and nothing happened. It's bound in this radial menu. And to open radial menu you just need hold C. Like C button is for healing, fast healing, but you can use it to hold and choose your item. Also, it's good to bind this worst aid kit here, because it's as default it's using your best med kit that you got, but when let's say boar will bite you, it's not worth to using your best med kit. It's better to use orange one if you got. Bartering and resources. How to actually buy items and how it's work. On every city you got NPC with this pistol icon. He is selling gear like weapons, but also armors and attachments, mods, even metal detector you can buy there. There's also a merchant of supplies. He's selling ammo, healing items, grenades, armor plates and things like that, so consumables. And to buy items you need to go to this trader with gun and choose a category that you want, let's say assault rifle for example. As you see, when you in the first city, first hideout, your weapons costs only rubles. For next level it's an green mold and swampstone. When you see far away it's a root and seeds. There you got also cable. And later you got the coal, some other items. How it's work? it's work that you got 4 types of resources to barter, and you need farm them to get items. Also, you need farm every previous category to get a next item. But sometimes you got 2 offers, like here you can see I can press and I can trade other things. But how to farm these resources? When you go to the world map, you can see that map is splitted between region, it's like every part of the map is the other region. So on the swamps you can farm 2 basic resources, and mold and this swamp stone. The green mold is an resource dropping from mutants. So you need to kill mutants, as you see in the swamps, it's even described there. To get, for example, an root, you need to kill mutants, but in Cordon, Agroprom or Dark Valley. To farm green stone, you need to kill humans, human camps, like bandits, like loners or stalkers, I don't know what it's called, but it's the opposite faction NPCs you need to kill. Also there's are neutral, or actually not neutral, but hostile humans to everyone, like zombies, like NATO soldiers, they are called guardians. Also later is monolith and every opposite sub-faction after joining faction. So you need to kill peoples to get that kind of items. And the next maps, it's the seed. Also on next map you got a cable. How to get cable? To get cable you need to end quest, main story quest line in inside the, how it's called, a dump. It's called dump probably. Yes, in dump. And it will grant you metal detector, and you can use metal detector to find the caches burrowed around the map, and by digging the cache you can get aluminium cable. Also later in the more advanced map you can farm the copper wire. Later it's not wire, but it's a radio, and etc. And the last item is on data. And to farm data you need to do rifts, anomalies, this jumping bubble anomaly. I got other video about it on my channel, and you just need to jump on it inside for 1 minute and you will get rewards if you won't die from the explosions. So it's same type of thing. You just farming alpha in the first maps. Later it's where is beta? Hello. Not there's no beta on this tree. Maybe sniper rifles. Yeah, it's more builded. Later you got like alpha, beta. No, it's gamma, and then it's the gamma. Also there's one type of resource, this resource who got like, I don't know, deleted, where it was, probably somewhere there. Yeah, it's the green beta data fragment, but you need that items only for, I believe, two or three items. I don't know why this got deleted or something, and it's some misconception that they didn't have that almost non-weapon needed, but you understand what I mean. Yeah, people are crying that there's a pay-to-win mechanic where you can buy premium stash, but to be honest, you can get new stashes. But even this one absolutely free is so huge, but if you really want, you can get the next stashes by just grinding reputation in the all 3 cities. Every getting max level in every city will grant you next stash. Also, you will receive discounts on buying consumables items. Like when you see this is trader, and basic personal aid kit cost me only 25 rubles. So I highly recommend you to grind and reputation inside every faction. Not every faction, but in every hideout. And to grind it, I recommend you to being efficient. efficient. What does that mean? To farm reputation, you need to do quests, like side quest, running in backpack or something like this, or you just need kill mob camps. I highly recommend you to focusing only on killing on mob camps. Don't waste time for side quests. As you see, I'm at the end game. I did full main story and actually every important quest, but I even didn't ended early game quests because they are wasting of time. You will get like 20 or 50 reputation but you can get the reputation of that amount by just killing 2 or 3 camps of mobs in few minutes. I highly recommend you to having one weapons for mutants. Later they are stronger and your AK it's not enough to kill them, because if you will shoot let's say half mag from your AK to one pig and you got 5 pigs in camp, it will take you at least 2.5 magazines, so 2 reloadings. So during the killing camps you can be ganked by other players. So I recommend you getting a shotgun, a good shotgun like Mossberg, and then upgrading into Spas. Mossberg is super cheap, so and it will let you farm very efficient. Later you can upgrade into Spas. Spas is weapon that I'm using since now after 100 of gameplay hours. You can also buy later better shotguns, but they are just a little better. There's a little difference, but it's huge amount of farming. You see almost 2k of one resource. That's ridiculous for shotgun. The Saiga is better. It's much better than NP135 or Spas, but it's tons of farming and you use it only to kill mutants. So I recommend you sticking to Mossberg and Spas. Also MP133 is good and MP153, but I never use it, so I can't recommend you which is better, but Spas work well, so I recommend you using this. Oh, also small tip that if you are some outside outlands, let's say, you wanna check some item on the tree, what you need for that, you can just press the location 2 times, you will open this map, and you can click the merchant, so you don't need to be inside a safe house, hideout, you just need to press it on the map. Also here you got this progress bar and you can see how much reputation you need to get next level. Also after getting level 7 inside the bar, you can get one OP item, it's an injector. Injector will let you make your character pick up after you will be knocked down, so you won't be needed to walk 5 minutes if a pig will bite you to the death. Actually not to death, but will knock you down, because if you get headshotted by PvP or PvE even, you will just die, but this item allow you to pick up. It's 5k, but to be honest it's bound to account, so you're not losing in when you die, and I recommend you using this item and grind level 7 bar ASAP. The next second important thing about this is the rush main story. I already talked about that in first video, but it was very chaotic, so I will repeat it one more time. After doing main story, or actually during doing main story, you will get few armors. First armor will be this one, later this, and at the end of the beginning and end of the campaign you will get exoskeletons, one of the 2 exoskeletons depending on the boss you will choose to help. Oh, nice skin mechanic. And this armor got much better stats that you will farm during the game. Or actually best armor is better than this one. For example Centurion, it's better, but this need shit tons of work. And this one is for free after ending my story. Also you will get this M1A sniper rifle. I got this version because I'm a stalker, but if you are bandit you will get this same weapon. It will be just called, it will have other name and it will be painted with other colors, but it will be the same weapons. Also you will get this Beretta during main quest, so I recommend you rushing campaign instead of farming some bullshit around beginning of the game, because the more time you spend early, the more you will delay the good items you will get from the campaign. So don't stick with side quests. I know this is a weird, very weird thing, but side quests grants like really bad rewards. It's absolutely not worth to do most side quests. There's one quest. Probably it's exclusive for bandits, but I'm not sure. I was watching Russian YouTube, but I don't understand Russian, so I'm not sure it translated properly. But probably it's only exclusive to bandits, and you can get SVD links. You can Google it in Russian translator and just find it on YouTube. I won't be able to watch tutorial about this quest because I don't have access, but this is late game quest anyway. You need join faction and do some things, so or actually I'm not sure you need to do faction, but translator was in Russian video was saying that you need to, so it's not early game. Early game you got like probably 2 side quests that will grant you something, and the 90% of side quests are not worth of doing. You will get like 1 or 2k rubles, sometimes 10k, but by doing a protocluster anomaly you can get between 8 to 50k rubles by 1 minute activity around the Rostock factory. So don't watch on rewards from side quests, just rush the main story and your game will be much easier. Probably you will say that it's stupid to rush main story, but because you will be forced to back to the swamps and buy the basic items or other items that you will wanna barter later to upgrade in other cities. But if you will have the much better armor from quests and better weapons, the game will be much easier for you, and farming there will be easier. Oh, I forgot. You will get also from mine story this AK, so it's decent weapon. I won't say it's end game, but it's very good for mid game. You can mod it with a laser. Probably you can get bigger, or actually you cannot get bigger magazine. No, sadly you cannot. Yeah, so it's limited version with upgrading, but it's decent weapon, let's say, because it's for free. Yeah. The next important thing is how defensive properties and impact protection work. Well, actually the number of bullet resistance is added to the 100 health, and it's together 220. At this 220 is the damage you side the impact protection, the things getting changed. You got every this area of the map with radiation, with biotoxin or this psi emission, I don't know how to call that. They got 3 tiers of the pollution. And for example, if you got 100 rad protection, it means that you can free to walk around areas with first class of protection, like in the dump or around the bar. If you got 200, you can go up to the north map. If you will have 300, you will be immune to third tier of radiation, and it's work like this. I'm not sure how bleeding protection work. It's a 56%, so it's random. I don't know. Also, there's one important thing about these armor plates. Like you see, I got here armor plates. You got 3 types of these plates. That's absolutely must have if you wanna survive a little bit longer and don't cry like child that you're dying, that you keep dying. If you see, you got 3 types of these plates and 5 tiers for every class of the plate. The steel plate will grant you only 20% damage protection. It means if you're getting 100 damage, the 80 damage is will deal you damage, and 20 will eat armor from this item. The ceramic plate got very low armor, but its protection in 100%, and the composite plate will have decent armor and 50% armor protection. Usually most people using it, and I recommend using it. I'm running with it too. But if there's a weapon with armor penetration like Asval, and he will use also penetrative ammo, it will ignore a part of your armor, so it won't grant you 50 damage protection. Some weapons with high penetration won't even allow you to reduce any damage, and you will die with 100% condition from the composite blades. That's why armor penetration weapons like Asval are recommended for PvP, for later stages of PvP. Also, I wanna talk about gadgets like metal detector. Let's say somewhere after walking it's beeping, so you're getting out your detector and you digging for it. You can get aluminium cable, this second type of copper wire and other things using detector. But if it's get to zero charge, you can recharge it in every city and every safe location near the mechanic. There's a generator next to every mechanic and you can put this item and recharge it. Also, you will have this device from main story quest. This is detector that is searching for signal. As you see, here is a signal and this little light, it's not glowing right now, it means there's no signal anywhere. But if you will be randomly walking and you will be sometimes opening this thing, you can see that it's occasionally blinking. So I recommend you then changing range to medium, because you will have a bigger chance to find this item, and then switch on and it's scanning. After this red lights will go, it's like loading, so then it will show you localization, and around signal you will have the second button and you can press it to start searching, and you will have this item and it will glow if you will go to the direction or it's the cache. Later you can upgrade this thing into version where you got a screen like in smartphone. It will also show the localization of artifacts randomly dropping from anomalies. So this is a really good device, and you can recharge both devices in same way as detector. So you just need to go to mechanic and put it into generator. Also you got an interactive Stalcraft map, and you can see there, after switching to English, you can switch off everything and then just check this mark with catches, and you can see where to farm the borrowed things. You see here you got location of this aluminium cable. Here is also aluminium cable. Here is copper wire. Not sure. There one more time, sorry for a real footage of gameplay, but I wanted to put this video on YouTube as fast as possible, so I will just talk about awareness without real PvP gameplay. Let's say you are farming, for example pigs. You wanna shot it very fast with shotgun and then loot, because this marker on the map is pulsing, like there's around red circle, so every ganker around the map can know that you are farming it. So I recommend killing it fast, and when the number around your minimap is getting increased, it means near is other player, and I recommend you to instantly swap your weapon and have increased awareness. Let's say who is that, and until you won't see above him white marker that it's ally, I recommend you to be prepared. It will reduce your dying ratio by 50% at least, because you will kill him or he will kill you. If you won't have awareness, you will be always killed, yeah? So also it will reduce your crying by 50%. This is full loot PvP, no actually not full loot, but loot PvP game, so be prepared to dying and be prepared to defend yourself. See ya.